There are phrases and words you will only hear in my home state, New Jersey. Join me today as I go over these words and phrases that you will totally understand if you're a New Jerseyan. But if you're from one of those other states, you may be super confused. So if you're thinking of moving to the wonderful state of New Jersey, listen up and pay close attention. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Corey, a local realtor based right here in Marlboro Township, New Jersey. On this channel, I like to share information all about moving into and out of beautiful Monmouth County. So if that's of interest, you have come to the right place. If you're currently from New Jersey, I'm pretty confident you'll understand all these words or phrases. I mean, everybody knows we have our own language here, right? On a side note, to totally complicate things, the state of New Jersey is clearly divided into 3 sections, even when it comes to words, phrases, and accents. There is North Jersey, there is South Jersey, and yes, there is Central Jersey. Even though there are so many people who refuse to acknowledge that we even exist. I mean, look at this map. Do you notice something is clearly missing? But don't worry, if you use Google or any other search engine and you look hard enough, eventually you will find a map that acknowledges that Central Jersey, it's a real place. In fact, Central Jersey is such an amazing place, and dare I say, it's the best part of New Jersey. I'm going to do an entire series of videos over the summer dedicated just to Central Jersey. So if you're planning on moving here or even visiting for a vacation, you better start studying these words or phrases. And don't worry about taking notes. I created a cheat sheet that I'll give you access to at the end of the video. Number 1, down the shore. It simply means to the beach. It is used in many different parts of New Jersey, but it is definitely used here in Monmouth County. When I think about it, I don't really think I've ever heard anything else used. I've been saying I'm going down the shore for as long as I can remember. It's literally just like this. Hey Jake, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm going down the shore with my friends.
See, even my 14-year-old says it. Number 2, Benny. Speaking about our wonderful beaches, coming in at number 2 is the word Benny. Unfortunately, that, my friends, is not really such a nice word. Benny is used to describe people from Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, New York, and other non-local residents who invade the Jersey Shore during the summer. And yes, the word Benny is used predominantly right here, Monmouth County. And you know why it's used here in Monmouth County the most? Because hands down, we have the best beaches in the state. So that's why the Bennies choose to come and infiltrate our area. Coming in at number 3, the city. That's an easy one. When you live in New Jersey, there is only one city, and that is New York City, Manhattan. Let's head to the city and see a show. And more than likely, a show refers to Broadway. I mean, what other shows are there? Number 4, Wawa. Now, I'm sure many of you think that Wawa is a convenience store, kind of like maybe a 7-Eleven. I cannot believe that's what most people think. But if it is a convenience store, it's the best one ever. You can get delicious snacks and food and drinks, and you can even get gas for your car when you're at Wawa. If you live in New Jersey and you say you don't like Wawa, I'm here to call you a liar because you're clearly lying. There's no one who doesn't love Wawa. Come on. You can get so many things at Wawa. Everybody loves their sandwiches or their soups. And let's talk about the coffee. Hands down, it's the best coffee. And it's so cheap. I have no idea why anybody would spend so much money and go get their Frappa Mappa Lappa Cappuccino, Tino, Dano, Duno, whatever they are. You can go to Wawa, get an amazing cup of coffee. They have a million flavors, and it's like $1. Coming in at number 5 is subs. Now, you can get the best subs at Wawa, but we do have plenty of other places all around Monmouth County and New Jersey where you can get an amazing sub. And no, I'm not talking about a big old boat that goes underwater when I use the word sub. I'm talking about a sub. You know, a sandwich? Not to be confused with the word hoagie. Hoagie is only, and I mean only, a word used in South Jersey. Sounds so ridiculous, hoagie. And because they like to make stuff up in South Jersey, some of them even call it a grinder. How ridiculous. Hoagie, grinder. Coming in at number 6. Let's just stick with food for now. Pork roll. This is a big one. Pork roll, also known as pork roll and cheese, also known by many as the best breakfast ever. This delicacy is served on a hard roll with egg and cheese. This is one of my son's absolute favorites, which brings us to our next word at number 7, Taylor ham. So out of curiosity, I asked my 17-year-old son, what exactly was Taylor ham? And his response?
It's pork roll, but Benny's call it Taylor ham because they don't know what they're talking about.
Yup, I am raising a true Central Jersey boy. Taylor ham does not exist in Central Jersey. So if you want to try out this yummy breakfast, I'm begging you, please call it pork roll. In fact, order pork roll, egg, and cheese. Number 8, disco fries. I guess it's quite obvious that us New Jerseyans absolutely love our food. Disco fries, it's a thing. No, it's not one of these. They are French fries coated in gravy and often cheese. These, my friend, are a true staple of a New Jersey diner. Oh, and here's a little fun fact for you. There are 525 diners in New Jersey, the most diners in any state. If you're enjoying this video and you want to hear all about beautiful New Jersey, Monmouth County, everything and anything that has to do with real estate, you may want to think about subscribing to my channel. I put out some really good content and I'm one of the coolest YouTubers out there. Number 9, I'm going to try hard not to laugh. Filler up cash regular? What are you asking? Filler up cash regular. Now to me, it sounds totally normal. Filler up cash regular? Fill it up credit regular? Are you totally lost? I can imagine someone who is not from New Jersey, if they heard me yell that out my window, they would be like, what the heck is she talking about? Filler up cash regular. Here in New Jersey, we do not pump our own gas. So when we roll up to the gas pump to get our gas, some of us doing the Jersey fist pump while listening to the radio, this is when you'll hear us say, filler up cash regular. It is exactly what it sounds like. We are simply telling the gas attendant to fill our tanks regular versus premium gas, and we are paying with credit card or cash. Sounds about right. Number 10, we can finally leave food for a while, and now we're here to talk about the boss. If you're from anywhere outside of New Jersey, you may know him by the name Bruce Springsteen, but for those of us who live here in the Garden State, he's the boss. Coming in at number 11 is the word exit. This is one of my favorites. The word exit. This short little word is the number you give to someone when they ask where you live. It's true. If someone asks me where I live, I say, just a few miles off exit 118. Now, because I said exit 118, they automatically know I'm talking about my exit off the Garden State Parkway. Yes, we're pretty obsessed with our roadways here in New Jersey, and we pay a freaking fortune to drive on them. So this brings me to number 12. This is one of my very favorites to try to explain to somebody who's not from New Jersey, and that word is jug handle. Not to be confused with the U-turn. A jug handle is simply New Jersey's way of making a right turn to go left. Here we are, number 13, AC. AC is not just an abbreviation for air conditioner. Atlantic City, where many of us spend our 21st birthdays. It's also a popular bus trip destination for many of the adult communities located in New York and New Jersey. It's an area in South Jersey with tons of hotels and casinos. But here, when someone says to you, where are you going this weekend? We simply say, we're heading to AC. Number 14, the boards. Come on. Do I really even have to explain? Doesn't everyone like to walk the boards? It's just a shortened way to refer to one of the 26 boardwalks here in New Jersey. Now, why would we want to have to stop and say the whole thing? Boardwalk. It's too long. For those of us who are from New Jersey, we just like to head to the shore and hit the boards. And finally, number 15. Now, I could easily come up with another 20 or so words or expressions, and I just might in another video. But for now, we're going to stick with 15. Plain pie. Yep, you heard me. Plain pie. I mean, it's a plain pie. Cheese is totally a given. We know it has cheese. We know it has sauce. I hear the rest of the country always going out and ordering it as a cheese pizza. Why? Doesn't a pizza have cheese? So here in New Jersey, if we want to order a pizza, we simply order a pie. Unless you want to get toppings on it, then you have to ask for them separately. Mushrooms, pepperoni, but everyone knows a regular plain pie is cheese and sauce. So there you have it. 15 words or phrases that are always used right here in the Garden State. There are so many amazing things and some not so amazing things about living here in New Jersey, and I try to share all of it with you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I will be back next week to talk to you about something else that has to do with real estate, Monmouth County, and of course, Marlboro Township. Thanks so much.